We're here. It's the weekend. We're back in the kitchen. Friends, it's good to be back. I'm excited to cook some yummy foods today. We're making Chinese foods. I don't know. I found these two recipes and I had most of the ingredients in the house already, so I thought it would be really fun to start off the year learning something new. Bong says, yeah, it's not Peking duck. It's Cantonese duck, more flavor. Yeah, it's cooked a little bit differently. Peking duck, I think, takes around 4 days or something. I'm going to scroll up, though, and welcome everyone in. So, Bonk, you had a good night? You didn't stick around, though. You went to karaoke instead. That is fair. I mean, always good to check stuff out, right? And then you can change your mind after that. It's allowed. As an adult, we're allowed to change our minds. Scoots, welcome. Good to see you nice and early. Michael, good to see you too. Happy Saturday. We got Yet It Is with us. Guys, we woke up to rain today, and now we have a full-on snow blizzard, and it's crazy out. So I'm super happy that we went out early, did all of our errands for the weekend, and we are good now, because the roads were already crazy when we were driving around. I can't even imagine them now. We got a Mish in here with us, complaining about feta today, but I don't even want to hear it tomorrow. Don't even think about it. I know you've seen the menu. It wasn't really your kind of music either, metal. Yeah, I don't really like metal either, but I grew up with it because my brother likes it. So, like, you still gotta listen to it for a little bit at least, right? And you can be like, I'm gonna go do something else now. Like to test the boundaries of normal social conduct. I love it. How is do we have any reports from this morning, Samo? I don't think so. Got some really yummy foods from the store.
How was your experience this morning with the new thing?
The new thing.
Fresh window.
Oh, the fresh window. Yeah, our fresh windshield. Oof. Man, I said it's so clear it almost feels like nothing's there to protect you. Crazy. Teen angst, if you will. Yeah. Okay. So both of the recipes that we're going to cook today are from a site called Walks of Life, which I actually really like that site. I've used a few recipes from there before, so I thought it would be nice to use both of the recipes. There's only 2 from the same site. We'll support them today. I think it's going to turn out amazing. I think we should learn a little bit though before we start, because I don't know a ton about either of these dishes. I've eaten my fair share of Chinese duck from anywhere from like an actual sit down restaurant, legit Chinese food in Richmond out west on the coast in Vancouver. But we've also had it from places like what we call T&T Supermarket, is a chain here in Canada. They make really good duck that you can buy like per pound, and then they'll chop it up for you next to the crispy pork and the char siu, stuff like that. But I don't think I've really made this. We've done a few other recipes that were whole duck, but I think this will be a fun one. No baking today. I possibly didn't feed the sourdough starter, but also I'm just not really feeling it. So we'll just make the hot dog buns tomorrow since it's a pretty easy stream. I'm sorry, Mish. And also, I didn't want to make any desserties because we have some leftover cookies. All the ugly ones that were left over from packing your guys' boxes. We have to eat all those up. So I thought, I'm not going to make dessert so that we don't waste anything. No baking today, but we're roasting. Hopefully it's close enough. We'll just blame Bob. It's fine. 199 times? Wait. We forgot to reset it. Because we should probably reset it every start of the blame season, right?
Yep.
How many times do you think we've blamed Bob already? Like at least 6 or 7.
At least.
We'll do 200, Mish. We just want to keep it going. How many times can we blame people over the years? I guess we could do it that way too. Let me know, guys. Okay. Roasted braised duck. It looks so good. First, let's take out the duck. We got this on sale from... It was on sale when we got it from Costco, Samo, or it was just a good price?
No, sale?
So it's $18.92, and then was it $3 or $5 off? Oh, I thought it was juices, but it was just water. So $18.92 for the whole dang duck. You can see it's pretty big, like a very large chicken, we could say. So really, we only paid $13 for the duck.
Yeah.
If I compare that to whole chicken prices here, we're about $12 to $16 for one whole chicken. That was loud as fuck. I'm gonna turn my speakers down a bit. Sorry, and thank you for the follow, Reels World. Hi, Blondie, as well. Dude, your name looks so good. The yellow with the cleaver next to it. I just noticed that. Mish wouldn't mind baked feta. I mean, baked feta potatoes. I need to make that recipe. Penalize the Mishers. We might have to. Okay, so this is, like it says, a young duck from Brome Lake. So these are raised in the province of Quebec. And this type of duck is called a Pekin duck. So not Peking duck like the dish, but Pekin is the variety of duck. So you have nice like amount of meat all over it. But we'll let this kind of come to temp as we go over the recipe. He made a Peking duck for one of the last holidays. That's amazing. I have a recipe from one of the cookbooks that I've eyed up for many years, but like I said, it takes around like 48 hours or longer to make it.
We actually have a nice enclosed fridge for us to do that if you want to do it now.
Oh, that's true, actually. Maybe I'll have to go get the cookbook from the storage locker. I think it's a Matt Jennings cookbook. Titan says, are you sure it's duck, Kate? Not rabbit. Not rabbit. You want to get got? Starting right now. He did it over like 2 days. It was crazy. Yeah, because you got to dry out the skin. And then as you cook it, you're like ladling stuff over it the whole time. So I think this is a good intro version into that. Let's do a bit of reading. Roasted braised duck recipe instructions. Wait, did I go too far? Maybe I did. Okay, I went too far. He says, with a few special ingredients and a little time, you'll have an amazing special dinner on your hands. I liked this recipe because it didn't seem to take too long. I think you braised the duck for close to an hour, and then you finish roasting it afterwards. So it was like for sure less than 2 or 3 hours to have this done. That's why I thought doing the simple noodles together with the veggies in that stir-fried dish, you could easily make an amazing dinner in not that much time. So the person that wrote the recipe says, after living in Beijing for 3 years, I've had many versions of Peking duck, and I can honestly say that I'm not that crazy about it. Interesting. They say, how can I say that, you ask? How could I not love the pride and joy of the Beijing area? Well, the thing about Peking duck is it doesn't have a ton of flavor. He says, there, I said it. Everyone tells me that the duck is roasted in an oven fueled by fruit wood, which is supposed to infuse the meat with fruit flavor that I can never smell nor taste. If it weren't for the sauce and the fixins that you have with Peking duck, it would be way too boring. Yeah, the duck is crispy, but where's the flavor? I guess we can actually say that. Because we had at our Chinese food buffet, they sometimes do Peking duck with like the pancakes and stuff. They'll like fix up the whole thing for you. It's actually awesome. So we tried it. And I think we can actually say that is the duck is cooked really beautifully, but it didn't have a ton of flavor if you didn't load it up with the rest of the accompaniments in the pancake. Right? The chive pancakes and then the sauce on top. Ugh. So yummy. So they say, in my opinion, Cantonese roast duck is the best, but how do we cook duck like that at home? Says, well, it's almost impossible to do the dish justice at home. Here's a recipe that comes pretty close. and shows you how to cook a whole duck that is really tasty. I like it. So it looks like we start by browning the duck. So you just sear the duck on all sides the best that you can. He does it in a wok. I plan to just do it in the pot that we're going to braise it in. So I'm hoping that duck, I think for sure, it should fit in my one oval cast iron braiser. That was my plan. The green one. Yeah, that'll be perfect for that. And then, yeah, you get your aromatics. So ginger, garlic, little bit of sugar in there. And then you cover everything with soy sauce. There's orange zest, a few whole spices and stuff. And then, yeah, they simmer it for 50 to 60 minutes. And then we just want to flip the bird every 15 minutes or so that it keeps a even color as it braises in that liquid with the soy. Otherwise, you'll have one side looks like kind of lighter than the other. That's all. Hi, White Dove. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had a duck in the freezer. I had rice noodles that I had bought. I think it was like a 2 for $3 or something at the store in the pantry. So I said, we're going to make some Chinese food this weekend. Okay, so 1 hour braising. And then like that braising liquid, don't throw that out. We got to save that to make something else with. Add a little spoonful of that into your ramen noodles or soup. Whenever you eat it, magic. And then we lift the duck out, drain all the liquid out, place it on a roasting rack on a baking sheet, breast side up. We brush it one more time with all the braising liquid, 425 degrees. I think it said, yeah, 12 to 15 minutes, probably 15 to 20. Roast it until the skin is crispy. That's it. Duncan did it. You're doing such a good job. I'm making frozen turkey pot pie next week. I love it. Welcome in. First time chatter. Turkey pot pie is awesome to use with leftovers. Or really any time of the year, actually. Hi, Mary. Welcome back. How's your weekend? Things are going good. We're just going over our recipes for the day, doing a bit of learning. So they say you can then just cut up your duck to serve right after it's done roasting, or you can serve it with like a little bit of sauce, whatever you're doing. But I thought we'd have the duck and then the noodles and everything will come together really nice. It's 40 and windy. Does that mean it's warm up there then? We're getting all the cold down here now. It was warm. Oh, this was what inspired me to do the stir-fried noodles with this, actually. Is scrolling down in the recipe, he says, I cooked another dish using the leftover sauce the next day. Napa cabbage and rice noodles just stir-fried together and then a bit of sauce. Oh, but I was like, that's a little too simple. So I just took that inspiration and found a really fun noodle recipe that I've never made before. But man, this looks good. Okay, our vegetable chow fun. 80-mile-an-hour gusts? What is going on up there? Okay, I need our prep listeroo just so that we can fill it out as we go along. We won't forget anything. Doesn't it sound good? And I didn't even have to get that much ingredients for this store to make all this stuff. That's why I chose it. So our duck, I mean, we can get the duck braising. This is what I was thinking. Get it seared and then braising, because it'll take about an hour. And then during that hour, we prep all the veggies and stuff for the stir-fried noodles, so that we're not just sitting around doing nothing. That'll save that time. Okay. That is so easy for the duck. Sear, braise, and roast, guys. 3 things. Very basic. But then I'll write for the noodles just so we don't forget anything. There's a few steps. I know we have to fry some eggplant, which is also why I chose this, because I had extra eggplant. but it gets dredged in flour and stuff, so it is a little bit of a process. It sounded so good though. Okay, so this vegetable chow fun recipe is one for all the vegetarian walks of life readers out there. They say sometimes the meat eaters get it all. Beef chow fun, so make this just with beef, or pan-fried noodles with chicken, etc. To date, one of our only other vegetarian-friendly Cantonese noodle dishes is Cantonese soy sauce pan-fried noodles, which I thought was too simple for this. It would almost be like too one-noted with the duck. So we chose this Cantonese noodle recipe instead. So Cantonese duck and noodles paired together. The jet streams are freaking out right now, Bonk. That's what's causing it. It's scary. I don't like it. Why is it called Chow Fun? I need to open this link in a new tab. So Ho Fun is when you have fresh rice noodles. So I think when they say Chow Fun, it's when you just have the dried ones, which is what I have today. Okay, so they say for the vegetable chow fun, I decided to make it with eggplant lightly fried to give the dish a richer texture. When coupled with shiitake mushrooms, I got oyster mushrooms that look really good today. I'm not huge into shiitake mushrooms, like eating them either fresh or then reconstituted from dried. I'd rather use them as like flavorings for broth. That's just something I've learned being a mushroom person, but just chose another mushroom, right? Recipes are just guidelines. And then it says when you have the mushrooms and the eggplant, it kind of rounds out the umami flavors together. And we did not get bean sprouts for this today because they did not look very fresh, but we did get some bok choy. So that you still have something like nice and green and crunchy. So we are going to do bok choy. I got bell peppers. They said you could either do spicy peppers or not. And then the green onions. And then the oyster mushrooms. So a few things to prep while the duck braises. Our noodles are just dry, so we'll just have to get them in some warm water before we stir fry them. And then they said if you do have fresh rice noodles, who's ever seen those? I don't know if I've ever seen fresh rice noodles at the store. Maybe I didn't know what they were. Hi CJ Dewey. But if you do have those, you have to let them come up to room temperature first. And it sounds like they come in a block and then you cut them however wide you want. It says 1.5 inch wide ribbons, which that width is hard to find at the store in the dried form. I'll show you what I have. This is the widest I can get here. It's called thick rice sticks. And they are about maybe 1/2 inch wide, so not even really close. And then other than the soy sauce, but you can get gluten-free alternatives, like rice noodle dishes are gluten-free, which is good too. We got a Lauren with us. Hello. How was the rest of your stream yesterday? I saw that you were playing Stray. It made me so happy. I made Samo play it through because I liked it so much. And you loved it, right? It was good? Hey. Yeah. You like playing Stray. Sorry, he was lost in the factory there for a sec. She was still on when you woke up at 10? Wait, so what time would that have been on her side? Lauren, do you even sleep? Okay, is that it for the stir fry? I know we'll need like a bunch of ginger and garlic for both recipes. So I'm just going to write that at the bottom to prep because we're not going to prep it twice. We're just going to prep it all at once and then separate it. Let's say soften the noodles, and then usually for a stir fry, I like to mix together like all of the liquid flavorings, like soy sauce, stuff like that, so that you can just pour it into the pan really easily. Not like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because it goes so fast. You gotta be ready. Around 6 hours? Holy smokes, did you finish it then? The game is so pretty and cute. I love it. It was a good challenge for me, I will say. A basket on fire? I mean, it kind of represents me at some points. Hi, Mickey. How are you doing? Titan says, is my plate ready? You literally just got here 20 minutes ago. Go find a snack. It's gonna be a few hours. I'm a basket on fire. That's not wrong. Oh, they say plate and serve the vegetable chow fun, so the stir fry with hot chili oil. That sounds good. Spice up your life, because the duck is not spicy. Okay, I scrolled all the way down. What's our seasonings? There's always a little bit of cornstarch in there so that the sauce sticks to everything. It looks like just a bit of soy sauce, some oyster sauce, sesame oil. So I'll just do sauce. And that's it, guys. Okay, away we go. Gotta get some pans and stuff out. Have a sip of water. -8 there last night. Hot chili oil is not as spicy as most people think. It should be like almost... Well, it should be as flavorful as it is spicy, if not more flavor than spice. Because, yeah, I load it up. When we go for the buffet, I'll put it on, like, the shrimp dumplings and stuff. Sam overdid it one time, though, I will say. It must have been a really fresh batch or something. He almost died at the buffet restaurant. Was like, are you okay? We might have to leave. Guys, Mickey, he signed up for it. He had Chinese takeaway tonight. What did you have, dude? Let me get this cutting, or not cutting board. Let me get the keyboard away. Cutting board is staying there. We need it. And away we go. Roasted braised duck. A 4 to 5 pound duck. What do we have? We'll take it out of here because I think we might have to take some giblets out. This one is 2.1 kilos.
4 to 5 pounds.
Perfect.
It's 4.4.
Got a lot of snow there today. We're supposed to get 1 to 3 centimeters. Actually, it looks like it stopped now, hey? But it was going hard there for the last hour. You moved your car at 6 a.m., so you got up early because they were going to plow, and then they're not even plowing today. Lauren, you should write them a letter. Mish. You're bad. Okay, let's get in here. Let's get into this. I think we'll just put it... What do I want to do? Maybe just on a cutting board. And then to transfer over to the pot. But I might actually take a few bits and bobs off of it before it braises. Like the wings and stuff. Probably just save those for stock instead. Yeah, right to them. We really need to start writing more letters, I think. We're not using our voice enough as citizens. I'm just doing this in the sink because there's juices to put it nicely. I haven't had duck in a while. Last time I had duck was the Peking duck. But I can't remember the last time we made it for ourselves. You love duck? It's good for you, like the dark meat. It's like eating beef. And then we were watching earlier in the week Meat Eater on YouTube, but it's an actual show that's really good. But they were hunting ducks here in our province. It was a good episode. And then we were looking up how much it costs to buy one like hunting ticket for birds. The price of like one bird, and the limits are insane. So yeah, we need to like hunt and do more of that stuff, guys. Wonder what's wrong with our grocery prices? It's that. I think it might be that. You can have like 8 birds a day. You know how fast you can fill up a freezer? Your local Thai place makes duck. What do they do with it? I remember, I think, or actually no, I was looking at a recipe for duck curry. But then I didn't make it. It looked good though. Scoots only had duck once. How was it? How was it prepared? I think I might keep these scissors though. And then, Samo, are we making stock today? Should I just do a pot with stuff in it? Guys, we're trying to have like weekly bone broth in the house, so we've been buying the $7 rotisserie chickens from Costco. Because like I said, a fresh chicken's about $12 to $16. Weekly broth pot. It's winter. Get it on the stove. Our geese are mean. They're called Cobra chickens for a reason. Okay, I'm just trimming this up a bit. They are aggressive, even tighten nose. Don't mess with the geese. This one time they almost got my butt in Vancouver when I was riding my bike by. So they really like to hang around the seawall in Vancouver in the springtime when they're having all their babies. And there'll be like hundreds together. But then they stand and like sleep on the bike path. Greek would know this, what I'm talking about. So that when you go by, you spook them and then they start flying. It was so close to me, I felt the wing, like air movement. The air displacement from its wings behind me. And I'm just screaming like, Sam, it's gonna get my butt! I'm trying to ride as fast away. And everyone's watching. And it was just a whole thing.
My wife's screaming.
Yeah, there's goose poop everywhere. Okay, I'm trimming some of this fat out too, guys. You've only seen duck on a restaurant menu once in your life. It was fancy duck mac and cheese. You got to try a piece from it and it was good. That makes me happy. Sounds amazing. Maybe it was duck confit, I feel. I'm cutting off the whole tail, guys. Like, we don't have to braise that. Unless I guess you're into that. But we're good. Save a little space. I think that's it. That's as far as we're going. And then just make sure... Oh, we do have a little bit of stuff in the cavity. We got a neck. Oh no, we got stuff on the cutting board. We just have a neck, so that is good to go then. So we should pat this off with a towel before we sear it so that it's nice and dry. Just gonna wash my hands first so I can go grab that. A reverse butt lift. Even the ducks there are mean, Scoots. They were talking about the Canadian geese, which are notorious. Luna doesn't want to get out of bed. Today would definitely be a day here where you don't leave your bed. She's got the right idea. You got duck breast in the fridge. fry and then oven after. That sounds right, Mickey. They know what they're talking about. Dry it off, otherwise you'll have splatters. And those hurt. How do you sear a whole chicken or a whole duck? I mean, you just do your best, really. There is some photos on the recipe. They did it in a wok Greek. Oof, it was juicy. I'm just gonna do it in a pan. You can always ladle some of the hot fat or oil over, and that will help crisp up the skin too. If you notice some spots aren't looking as good, but that should do it. That'll just get rinsed out. I put it in the bathroom. Dealt with later. Wash up my hands. I'm gonna dig out the big pot now. Really nice looking duck though, guys. No bruises, no nicks into the skin or meat anywhere. Crispy duck and a duck curry. Your Thai places. I want to go eat there, guys. I want that. Duck masaman curry is really good. Film Nerder says, I've had medium rare duck and it's delicious. That is the best. Like, that's how I was trained to prepare duck, because that's like more French style, right? Searing the breast. Some people think that it's like undercooked when you do that. So if you have people that are a little bit weird about medium rare meat, maybe they should have this version of duck. Bruised ducks. I've just noticed sometimes when we get poultry tightened that sometimes there's like a little bruise on it. It's like, what are they doing to them? A half boneless fried duck with sweet and spicy sauce, Samo. That sounds insane. So this is what I'm gonna use. This is actually the first ever cast iron pot I ever got. Probably 10 years ago now. Yep. The first year we moved in together.
Crappy time.
And I think it cost $40.
Yeah.
But when we compare that price to the little Lake Crew sets we got for $50, woo, right? But look at this and what happens when you have a cheaper pot. I've not done anything crazy in this over the years. You know me, I don't like to burn my things. But we've done a lot of braises, a lot of searing, and then long cooks in it. And that's about as clean as it's gonna come. You also see how like the surface is not smooth when you go to wash it. So that's also a difference between the cheaper cast irons versus if I bought this Le Creuset version or like Staub, it would probably be closer to 300 versus 40. So kind of tell the difference there, right? So we just want to make sure that this will all fit in here, which I think it will. Might have to do a little bit of shimmying, but I think, what do we think, Sam? Maybe it will be better in the round pan. I thought it would be like higher up the duck. Let's look at this other one, guys. That one looks a little bit tight.
You could probably rock the braised.
Because it doesn't have to be fully covered. We flip it. It's just a little dry from whatever we had in there. That actually is not really any different in size. The only thing I was thinking is the stir frying. Like, we probably want this pan to stir fry in. Right?
Yeah, do it in the round.
Okay. So we'll leave this out for stir fry though, anyways. Don't need it. And we will do the searing in the oval. And the duck. Gotta plan your pots out. Serious business, guys. K to Trek. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, let's go over there. Wait, one sec. Gotta get the gimbal on. Just kidding, it needs a battery. I didn't think it died. Good thing it charges fast. Okay, so the verdict is then, not that many people eat or even make duck. And it has been like that for so long. I don't understand why it's not more of a popular thing. You bought a set of pans today, they come tomorrow. What'd you get? What'd you get, Mickey? That's always exciting. Okay, so we might need a little bit of fat or oil in the bottom of that pan that we're searing, and just to get started. But then as you sear the duck is quite fatty, so it will start to release its own fat, and you shouldn't have to top up afterwards. I did some peanut oil in there just to get us started. Okay, while I wait for that to charge a little bit up, we are gonna do our ginger and garlic real quick. Now Lauren's getting hungry. Nice, non-stick pans. Those aren't my favorite to cook in, but I know they're really easy to use at home. So as long as you got a good quality, I think you'll be happy with it. He made it for Christmas. Nice. It looked off the chain. See, I've never done that at home. Man, should have went down there and had some, hey? Okay, so it says 5 slices of ginger, 6 cloves of garlic for the duck. And then 3 slices of ginger and 2 cloves of garlic for the stir fry. So 8 ginger and let's say like 10 cloves of garlic. My ginger is just in the freezer, so we might prepare it a little bit different. I like to buy a big nub, and then I find it just dries out always if you keep it in the fridge. So I just freeze it fresh, and then it's easy to prepare that way. So I'm just gonna take out this whole piece and let that thaw a little bit. And then we can either zest it or grate it or slice it. But that's definitely, I've found the best way to keep ginger. Otherwise it gets wasted. Got some nice big old heads of garlic. So papery. This garlic, we get it from Costco, but it's actually grown at a local farm here, which I really enjoy that. You haven't frozen ginger. It works so good. The way it grates up, Scoot, you can't beat it. Especially if you like ginger tea and stuff. Grate a little bit fresh into the warm water. Okay, what do we got? I think that looks good for our 2 dishes. We measure garlic with our heart. And then for the braise, we don't really have to prep it other than smashing it. But then for the stir fry, we should probably mince it. Let's get a couple different containers. Holy, it's snowing out again.
Holy shit.
It's not so. Okay, gimbal's almost good, guys. I'll smash all these and then maybe we'll get the pan turned on and heating up for the duck while we peel this. And then everything's gonna time out. Yeah, Bella, even you think that frozen ginger's the way to go? Whoa! The garlic went flying into the sink. It got a bit soapy. I guess it's better than other things. It's so fresh, it just smashed it. Holy. Fell apart to nothing. And you learned that, Bella, from me when I said frozen ginger before? That makes me so happy. The things I say actually go into your brain. Okay, let's see what we got here for a view. We're going up a bit. My duck's in the way. Move out of the way, duck. Maybe going over that way might be better. There we go. Okay, we'll do medium heat for that. Duck is just hanging out on the side over here. We'll wait for that to get warm. I'll keep peeling the garlic in the meantime. We can do this view. So the garlic that really got smashed, we will leave for the stir fry, because then we can just mince it with the press. The ones that kind of stayed together we'll use for the braise. And these are nice big cloves too to use for the braising pot. You know, the garlic is fresh when it really sticks to your hands. Like, help! Okay, the pot is smoking, but it's just the burner underneath. Must have been a bit of oil when I cleaned it.
Oil burner!
Gotta love it! Oh wait, no I don't. I'll turn on the fan. Ah! I can't move my fingers, it's so sticky. Literally gotta rinse them off. It's gonna start to smell real good in here soon. Everyone always has to smell our cooking on the weekend. We have to smell everyone's cooking during the week. They get it from us every weekend. Smooth out this oil. See how this is. Get a pair of tongs. Not much into country music, Bonk, but the video was done at your local bar with a bunch of friends? Was that from yesterday? Oh, there's still a little bit of juices. It's okay, I think. Okay, I'm gonna try and do it on the back first. Is it hot yet? Okay, nothing's even hot. But I guess I'll just put it in there and listen for it to get hot. Works for me. It's gonna take a while to heat up. There's a duck in a pot. It really nestles in there beautifully, actually. Did the band sing their own songs or they cover? Okay, it was shot earlier. And then they just edited it. See where we live right now, where I grew up, big country. Like So much so to the point that in school, in phys ed class, you learn country line dances. And I thought that was a normal thing until I learned otherwise as I grew up. Okay, so that's all peeled. Just gonna switch to this now. Tracker, hello, friend, good to see you. You know, if Le Creuset Dutch ovens are non-stick coated, we don't do non-stick in your house. They are not non-stick, it's enamel coating. They might make a few non-stick pans, I'm not sure. I know they have a stainless steel set that's really beautiful. But yeah, usually it's either enamel or there's no coating at all, just straight cast iron. Can you hear that though? That's the music that we want. You're very welcome. Yeah, we're trying to kind of phase out our stainless steel pot set that I've had for years and see if we can just get away with these ones. This is so loud. I'm like yelling over the sound of the duck searing. Okay, so the bigger container here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cloves of garlic for the braise. I'll get the garlic press out and press the garlic for the stir fry. While we're waiting and watching. Apparently you can get Le Creuset at places like Home Sense. I don't know what would be the same thing in the States if you guys have Home Sense like we do. And then also you can watch and find them sometimes secondhand, really good quality still. So we lucked out in, I think, November and got 2 pieces for $100. This lady got them from an estate sale.
And then they have deals between 25 and 30%, 35% off normally during the year.
I think the best sale still is always Black Friday now. I don't think I've ever seen a better one from them. Like, some of this stuff was like 60% off. Okay, garlic has been dealt with. Should we have a little peek, see what's going on here? Are we browning? Oh, we are. Okay, even go a bit more, but that is looking great. I touched the duck a bit. I gotta wash my hand. I'll see how this ginger is, if I can do some slices off it yet or not. Give it a wash too. I think we can turn the lights down a bit. The snow is making it really bright in here, actually. That's the actual song that your friend wrote. Okay, I'm gonna open this so that I can watch it after stream. Who starts a bar fight? I like that. Guys, the ginger slice is so easy like this. Look. I was like, I wonder if I can slice it. Just hold it. Nice thin slices. We'll have to mince the ginger though for the stir fry. Braise, stir fry. That's for the braise. Now let's get some sliced for the stir fry. Nice and thin, and then you can just stack them back up. Do like 3 slices at a time. And whatever is left at the end of this nub, Going into the braiser pot. Eric, how are you doing, dude? We got duck, we got ginger, we got garlic. Thank you very much for the 58 month in a row resub. I hope you're doing good. That fry emote is cute. This though. Okay, just finished slicing this a sec. Let's check it out. I think it's time to flip it over. Nom. It's getting brown. This is gonna be insane, I think. We don't got chicken wings, but we got duck wings today. It's already smelling good in here too. Okay, we'll go back to here. Finish our ginger, so now we'll do really nice thin slices. So that we can mince it. Turn that way. The other one prepped. Okay. Who likes to do stir fries at home lots? I think it's definitely underrated. Like the amount of different things you can put in a stir fry all the time. And it's so quick to make. You do lots? Nice, Trek. And Eric, that's almost all you do? Because it's like a one-pan wonder too, right? Not that much cleanup. Really good way to use stuff up out of the fridge and freezer. And like as long as you have the base sauces, you can make so many different mixtures and change the flavor up. Okay, we got the ginger and garlic on lock for the day. That's great. You can cross it off. The sound of this duck is like music to our ears. And you could also make stir fries with protein or not, right? They can be vegetarian. There's our ginger and garlic. I know we need a few more aromatics, so I'll grab those. Nice. That's browning nice. I'm gonna kind of prop it on the side like this, so I can do the other side of the breast browned a bit. So we also need 3 star anise, some cloves, bay leaves, and whole peppercorn. Bay leaf, whole clove, star anise. We'll do the peppercorn mixture today with the white pep in it. That'll be good. Then I think I'm gonna flip the duck on the side to get a bit of the legs brown. And then lean it up against the side of the pot. That's looking really great. Spicy stir fries good? Yes. You're lazy right now, so it works out. Yeah, but still, in your laziness, you're still cooking for yourself at home. Okay, we need dark and light soy sauce. So I'm gonna use like a sweet syrupy soy sauce and then just a regular. Oh, and we need some orange peel. So we gotta peel a little bit of this. I'll just wash it because usually there's a wax film. And you shoveled the driveway today? You're doing great then, dude. But now you can hardly move. Did you overdo it? Shoveling is no joke. It's really good exercise. Okay, how's this one? Nice. Okay, we'll finish the other side. Oh, it wants to fall over. There, like that. Get the peeler out for this. So all we're gonna do is just take the peeler and get some nice slices. Don't want too much of the white stuff because that's bitter. You want about like 5 like this. Do it over here because it's easier on the cutting board. 2, 3, 4, 5. The duck is spitting. Hasn't made too bad of a mess though on the stovetop considering. What's the difference between dark and light soy sauce? I think one is just more concentrated. A bit more sweet and salty than just regular. How's this other side? Okay, so we're done now. I'm just gonna turn that off for a second. This is just gonna come out. Just gonna let it rest currently on the cutting board until we get this stuff together, and we'll let that oil simmer down a sec. Maybe we'll toss this stuff in real quick. I think it's said to do that anyways. So let that fry up, and then I don't know why that got turned so much. Over here, we'll measure out the spices. Why not just use dark? I don't know. That's just what's in the recipe. I think you can do whatever you want, really. Time to unbury the car. Stay safe out there, Lauren. I hope you find everything you need. Everyone's getting covered in snow. Even us too now, Eric. Gotta give this a little stir. The orange peel really fried up. And the garlic too, actually. Heck yeah. Hey, star anise. We're almost done here. This container. It said 3 whole. All I have is the dredges, so we'll have to get more. I think it's usually like 6 of these little pieces make a whole one. Just trying to dig them out without the stems. Samo, we gotta put star anise on the list. Smells good. Usually it looks like a star. I can't show you guys. Your snow stopped at 3 a.m. Whoa. I think it says 3 bay leaves. This is still frying back here. Just gonna take it off the burner a sec. Cast iron holds the heat, guys. You smell it now, Samo? Okay, 2 more. 1, 2. That's 3 bay leaves. 12 whole peppercorns. People are crazy in the south when it snows. That's why I always say be safe, please. Little bit of peppercorns. And then clove. 6 cloves. I did actually not know there was cloves in here. Perfect. 6. So those are our spices. We need 3 to 4 cups of water. Cook the ginger and garlic. Stir in the sugar next until it's melted. a tablespoon of sugar. I think I have a little bit of coconut sugar left. I will use that up. It says like a rock kind of sugar. But you can use refined sugar too, it says. So put that back on. Now you can see all the splatters on the stove. And then after the sugar, we'll add the rest of the liquid aromatics and the spices. And then you add the water last, just so that you don't add too much. I think it says about halfway up the duck. So we got that frying. Get about a tablespoon of sugar in here. And it says let it melt in. So I'll get a spoon and stir that around. You've only had a few flurries this year, which is weird. A lot of people are saying that. Even us. Like, for us to be able to see the ground right now is not that good for winter time. Remember massive piles of snow growing up. Okay, that. Spices can go in too, it's okay. Maybe I'll use this to measure out the liquids. The crotch pot, you call it that too, Miss Canada? Crotch pot, a Tex-Mex chili? Yes.
What about a crotch pot and stroke me off?
We were talking about that this morning. Okay, cooking wine, soy sauce, rice vinegar, do a bit of mirin. Half a cup of Chinese cooking wine. I don't think I'll do that much because mine's a bit sweet. Do what you guys think is best. That's what I always say. Probably gonna do like half of that amount, just because mine's like a syrupy version. But there is some rice vinegar to cut through. So rice vin, 3 tablespoons. You just measure in this cup, eyeball it. Like that. Done. Next one. 1.5 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. So this is the one, it's called a sweet soy sauce. That's what I'm using in place of dark soy sauce. 1.5 tablespoons or so. So there's sweetness to this too. It says it in the name. Next one, regular soy sauce, 1/4 cup. So you can do half of this one again. A little more. Okay. Oil, ginger, garlic, sugar, wine, soy sauce, light sauce, rice vinegar, star anise, cloves, bay leaf, peppercorn, orange peel. Now our water, and we need a teaspoon of honey as well. What did Samo say? He said, crotch pot, stroke me off. We were talking about it this morning. I don't know why it came into my head. Actually. The honey does go in, right? I'm just going to check this part. Because they talk about honey water before. Oh, maybe it doesn't yet. You just got to mix the honey with water later. Okay. And that's actually what gets brushed on. See, this is why we check. The brain knew. Okay, so now 3 to 4 cups of water. So I'm going to turn on the heat now again. And we'll put the duck back in. I'll put a few cups of water in first to start. I'll start with 2. And get this stuff stirred around. And then we'll get the duck in, and it says the liquid should come up about halfway up the duck. That makes sense because we flip it every about 15 minutes or so. So it will cook evenly. We might need a little bit more water than what they say. Let's see. And then while we're waiting for this to come up, we get to prep the rest of the noodle dish. That just nestles in there so good. Rinsing off the cutting board. We're done with those tongs. They're really greasy. Let's use a different pair. Okay, so how much more water? I'll pour 2 cups. Let's see if we use it all. Hello, especially. It has been a while. Stream is going really good so far today. Thank you. I hope you're having a good weekend. Okay, so we want it about halfway up. Oh, that's pretty close. I think I'll just do all of it. So that was the full 4 cups of water, guys. Now while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to put away all the things that we currently don't need. And obviously for braising, we always want to make sure we have a lid so that we keep all that good steam in there. Before we put away the stuff, let's go to the noodle recipe and see what kind of sauces we need for that, because we might need a few things. You're about to make scallion pancakes, and then we were talking about Peking duck earlier, so that all ties together. Yeah, sounds good. I don't know. Actually, I've done it once, I think, on stream. Remember when I made green onion cakes? Doing them from scratch is so good. Okay, so we got rice noodles, a bit of sugar. So I'll keep that little bit here for that. We got the dark soy and the regular. Maybe we'll just do the stir fry mix while we have this stuff. Sesame oil and oyster sauce. So basically almost all the same things. Okay. But the whole spices can go away. I think I did see, yeah, freshly ground white pepper to taste though. Man, that did not take long to come up to a simmer. See how much heat the cast iron holds? It's pretty amazing, guys. This duck is looking so good. Why is it always so fun to just cook a whole animal like that? Okay, I'm gonna go get another small container so that we can make our stir fry sauce and then put everything back. So we want a nice, like, even simmer before we turn down the heat on this. So we want to kind of see a little bit of bubbles coming up all over. Let me kind of try and center that a little bit more. Just keep our eye on it back there. Okay, stir fry stuff. So they say a little bit of water. Is that for the cornstarch? Let me just scroll down and see. Dissolve the salt and sugar in the water. Add the soy sauces, oyster, sesame, and white pepper. The cornstarch goes with the flour on the eggplant. All right. I like this recipe, how they write these, because they kind of write it as you have to make the stuff, and they group the ingredients together. So like all the sauce ingredients are in a row, and then you move on to the next step. That is, in my mind, the most efficient way to both write and read recipes and follow them. Okay, so a little bit of hot water first. They said 2 teaspoons. Let's see. I need this warmed. Just to help dissolve the sugar, but since we're doing this nice and early, shouldn't be a problem anyways. So this is coconut sugar. Like a 1/4 teaspoon, barely any. I might do more, like 1/2 teaspoon. Pour it in the little side there. Let me go peek on the duck. Ooh, I think it's looking pretty good. I'll give you guys a peek. So now I have this on a pretty high heat to bring it up. I'm gonna turn it down now to I think about 2.5 is a good simmering temp. And now that that temperature is controlled, I'll put my watch on so I can set a timer. It's set about every 15 minutes, because we're gonna go an hour. Every 15 minutes, we want to turn the duck over so that it cooks evenly. So at around 1:30, my time, 15 minutes or so, we'll give it a nice little flipperoo. And then, in the meantime, we just put the lid on. Good to go. It's always an interesting feeling when you put the lid on something and you're not watching it, right? I can understand why some people would be weirded out by that. I don't know how much salt they want us to use, so I'm probably gonna just not use that until we taste the noodles later. And then we can season them with more salt, or even just a sprinkle of MSG before we serve it. So 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. I'll get the measuring spoons. Might actually just do a whole tablespoon. And then we'll do 1/2 of the sweet soy. See how syrupy it is, right? I hate this. Usually I clean that spout. We can't handle it. For this Shaoxing wine, I'm just gonna mix the mirin with a little bit of rice vinegar. In my experience, any mixture of these ingredients is always good together. Okay, oyster and sesame I always keep in the fridge. Oyster, sesame, says 1/2 teaspoon of the sesame oil. It dripped, no. 1 tablespoon of the oyster sauce. This is sticky stuff. Kind of like hoisin, but not really. A lot more like umami flavor. No sweetness like hoisin has. And yeah, it's a glass bottle, so it's a bit of a pain to get out of there. But the texture of it is so nice for stir fries. Helps coat the nudes. So hopefully that's enough of everything. Just grab a spoon and mix that all together. It's like pouring ketchup, yeah, back in the day. When all it was like Heinz bottles. Same with what? Heinz 57, stuff like that. Always just wailing on the glass bottles. All right, that looks good. So we got the sauce, our ginger and garlic for the stir fry. Put that to the side. And now we can do a little cleanup before we go on to the next step. I might hold on to the soy sauce and the rice vinegar over here for future uses, just when we taste everything. Those are the two that we can kind of adjust our flavorings with. And then our sesame oil and oyster sauce is just right here too. But the rest of this can all go back. And then I'll come back with some white pepper. They're peppercorns, so we gotta do the mortar and pestle. This stuff is coming together quick though. I like how both dishes use similar ingredients. Do a little wipe. Sticky ginger bits on the board. And garlic. Oh man. Oh look, the snow stopped again. This is some of the craziest weather these last 2 days. Okay, where are we at? Duck. Seared. We're braising noodles. We got the ginger, garlic, and the sauce. Get a little bit of white pepper. This is my wooden mortar and pestle. So white pepper, buying peppercorn version, not already ground up. It'll just stay so much fresher and you'll get a better flavor that way too. Some people use white pepper religiously, but it's not the same as black peppercorns. It's got a very different flavor. Almost like earthy, musky sort of flavor, but in Chinese cooking, it combines really well with all the strong flavors of soy and stuff like that, so it can really hold up to that. But I don't like to really use white pepper for much other stuff. And then it's always really good when you grind it up fresh the day that you want to use it. So there's that. That should be enough. Just leave that to the side. Maybe it might make you sneeze. Be careful. Oh yeah, we're done with the star anise. That's why that container's there. Okay, so next up, and I'm also just going to have a peek back here, make sure everything's happy. Oh, a little bit higher. I turned it down to 2.5, but I think I'm going to turn it back up to 3. Just a little bit more bubble. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people don't do this either, is toast your black peppercorns before you blitz them up. I mean, a lot of times when we cook with black pepper, though, and we add it while stuff's cooking, it kind of toasts then, right? But never hurts to do it first. White pepper is the same as black pepper, just with the other shell removed. How come it has such a different taste then? Let's see, let's learn. What is the difference? They both come from the same plant species. Let's see if I can see other stuff. This is not the right site that I wanted. I thought we were on the right track. It was not. Okay, let's see what Food Network has to say. They are both made from the fresh berries of the Piper nigrum pepper vine, a plant native to South and Southeast Asia. They both contain the antioxidant compound piperine, which is found in the inner pit of the peppercorn. It's true. I didn't know that. We weren't even taught that in school. The fact that I didn't know that. Reformed Druid has taught us something. The white peppercorn skin has been removed prior to the drying process, which accounts for the difference in color and also why the black peppercorns always look so shriveled up.
Now you know.
Evil marksman, quick! Love me some duck. A lot of the heat is in the shell. That makes sense. Now to prep some soup while you rest your dough. What kind of soup are you making? Okay, back to the recipe. Next up, prepping our veggies for our stir fry. Get all those out. We'll take our peppercorns away. And then maybe we'll start not with the eggplant, because that has to get cooked. And usually I cook the eggplant right after I cut it so it doesn't turn brown on us. So we'll start with the bok choy, bell peppers, green onions, oyster mushrooms, all of those fun things. Probably just get a nice bowl to put them into, because whenever we prep a stir fry, usually we are going to cook all the veggies at the same time. So it's important that we cut them up the right way, right size, so that they can be cooked together. And then I always like to make it nice and colorful. If I'm gonna do a veggie stir fry, something along those lines. I couldn't fit the celery stalks in my produce drawer. They're too long, but those are for tomorrow. So you got some baby bok choys. Probably not going to use all of these. I got them in place of the bean sprouts, so that didn't look good at the store. Honestly, probably one of those is going to be enough. We'll do the smaller one. Okay, we'll do those two. There might be a little bit of waste that we clean off. And then let's just pick one pepper. So we're going pepper, bok choy, oyster mushrooms, and eggplant. Keep the color. Should we do the red pepper, I think? That'll look good. I'm gonna combine these. There's too many bags. I hate the crumple sound. Put our bok choys in with the peppers so those get used up. Back in the fridge. I'll get my mushies out. We can take the eggplant out right now, because we will eventually work into that. I got 1.5 pieces. Eggplants. It's not the Japanese variety, but this is what I have to use. Peeking at the duck. Okay, little bowl. Gotta wash some veggies off. before we prep them. We'll do the mushrooms last. Those look good. Let's rinse our pepper. So stir fries are also good for working on your knife skills. Although I do know if you do have to make something quick at home and are short on time, I think a lot of the stores carry pre-cut stir-fry vegetables in a mixture, so that's pretty handy. But you're always gonna pay a bit more for that convenience, right? Yeah, so much prep and then the literal like minutes or seconds of cooking. That's how it feels, Bog. It feels like seconds. 15 minutes is almost done. We got 45 seconds on my watch for flipping the duck over the first round. I'll get this prep though in those seconds. Core the pepper. Done. Success. No seeds. You have a frozen bag of stir-fry veggies in case you need a quick meal for dinner after work. Yeah, we often just keep a few different frozen veggies. Sometimes you just don't have the time. Used to have a cast iron wok. It was really heavy. We have a really nice carbon steel one that we use on our barbecue. Okay, so 2.5 was too high. 3 seems a little bit, or 3.5 is too much. We're just finding the happy medium here, guys. So first flip, see what underneath looks like. Nice. Careful when you flip it, you don't splash. Get some of these things off. Lid back on. Reset 15-minute timer. Cast iron is heavy. It just helps you burn more calories when you're cooking. It keeps you healthy. Okay. Gonna clean out the ribs from the peppers because they're just spongy and don't really taste like anything. And then I think we'll just slice those. These little bits we'll start with maybe. And then just really important when you do cook your veggies for the stir fry, make sure they don't go mushy. It's important that they retain their texture. Whoa, that was so far down the light. I think that's good. Just adjusting my lights a bit for the day, guys. Okay, that's better. These pieces I'm gonna cut in half, so you got like nice kind of shorter pieces of pepper. And then about 1/4 inch thick. I'm slicing. Hexclad is good, but it only lasts like 1 to 2 years. Really?
That cast iron frying pan is from 2017.
The red one we have?
Red one.
It's promoted everywhere, but you never see real people say how it actually is. Is that the one that is at Costco, Hexclad? The Costco Roadshow? Actually, I'll just do this too. Since we've got our cast irons, guys, we haven't had to replace pans like that. Like how you have to always replace the non-stick pan sets and stuff.
That I can 100% say.
Because we used to,
Yep.
right?
You know, it's the same pan I've had since 2016.
Yeah. Okay, first color in the bowl. We got the peps. Next up, let's prep our bok choy. Trim the bottom off. You're completely overseeing our From Factor the meal service. Is that all you see for ads, Bonk? Is that what you're saying? I'm just going to take some of these apart to make sure there's no dirt in here. I think that looks good. Okay, and then if this is going to stay together the rest of it, we'll just cut it in half. If you see anything like that, that's just from a buggy. If you can trim it off, that would be awesome. And then from here, I'm just going to go through this way. Kind of same width as the peppers that we just did. Then we have crunchy and leafy bits. On Twitch, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, all of the places, Blanc, you're getting Factor. There's a few YouTubers we watch that have sponsorships from them. And actually, maybe one of the girls on Insta that I follow. I mean, we've done our fair share of HelloFresh ads over the years too, right? I know at some points in your life, things can get a bit tough. And having those sponsorships really do help, like, just keep food on your table. But I can, like, understand how things get overdone. And then when that does happen, it makes you annoyed of the product and the brand, right? So maybe that's on their marketing team to kind of reel it in. Because when you get overwhelmed, that's not good either. Crunchy bits in the bowl. Do the next one. Usually just take off all the really big leaves. Trim that again. Go in half. I think with how fast the world moves these days, probably doesn't even matter if you let them know that you felt like their marketing was overexposed. They probably wouldn't even care. Because, like, it's just as quick that you're on to the next thing. It looks like we have a lot of veggies, but some of this stuff is going to shrink when we cook it too. Like all these greens and stuff. It's going to look like there's nothing. So there's that. I'm going to do a bit of a rinse-a-roo. Got a bit wet there from washing our veg. And then we'll do mushies. Right? Yeah, that's so true. It's already been paid for. This pack of oyster mushies was $3 today. And I did pick through them to kind of find the ones that look the best, like were not torn up too much. I used to be able to pick these for free on my daily walks when we lived on the island. The reason I always kept a little pocket knife, you go walking always with a little bag of sorts, or make sure you got pockets, because you never know when you'll find the jackpot. Okay, so we can use all of this mushroom. Sometimes I just trim off a bit of the bottom part if it's browned, but this is so fresh that we don't even have to do it. So what I am gonna do is peel some of these bigger mushrooms apart so that we can chop up the stem a bit smaller. This is a lot. You want to save? No, because you bought your own mushrooms for stew. Sam was going to make me stew this week while I'm at work, guys. I'm going to say, does he want this? But he bought some from Costco. But I guess, like I said, it seems like a lot, and the mushrooms are going to shrink too. So let's not worry too much about it. It can all go in the same bowl. Cut everything, I guess, bite size is what I've been doing, so that's easy to eat with the noodles. And then for these, kind of just random little pieces like that is good. Leave them a bit bigger just so they don't fall apart when we're stirring up the nudes. But really nice and fresh, this batch. They caught my eye, and I said I need these since the bean sprouts weren't good this week. This one is huge. We gotta go this way, I think. These are definitely much cleaner, though, to prepare at home versus the wild ones that I would forage for before. Sometimes they would have wormies in them. Honestly, the worst. All right, next up is eggplant. Those are gonna go in a separate bowl though. So this we can put with the rest of the stir fry stuff. That's a full bowl of veggies. So you definitely want to make sure you have a wok or just a nice wide bottomed stir frying pan for all of this. Munch on a piece of bok choy that fell. Peeking at the duck. Looks good. Okay, there's our eggplant. So this is gonna get tossed in flour and cornstarch and seasonings. And this gets fried first. I don't know if we'll use it all. It might just be this half. Let's see kind of when we start cutting it up what it explodes into, because that's always deceiving. Doesn't look bad. This has been in the fridge for over a week. Actually not bad at all. I'm gonna cut a little bit farther in. Okay. It didn't even really brown when I wrapped it up tight like that, so that's a good note. So what I'm gonna do for the eggplant pieces, I think I'll cut this into thirds, kind of wedges. Yeah, I think that's the only one we'll use. That'll be deceiving. We'll put this other piece back. We don't eat a ton of eggplant at home, but for some things, it is awesome in. We'll make little wedge pieces like this. Not too big, but not too small that they're just gonna fall apart in the stir fry either. Dust, how's it going? Good to see you this weekend. Yeah, we got duck on the go. Okay, so put this in. Bob was asking about you yesterday on stream. He's like, I want to know how Dust's doggo enjoyed the snow. When looking for paint, you're going to repaint the cabinets. He loved it. Nice. What color are you thinking for the cabinets? Okay, so these are eggplant pieces. They say mix flour, cornstarch, salt, and white pepper. Toss the eggplant in the mixture until it's well coated, and then we fry these for 2 minutes on each side or until they're browned. Remove to a plate or sheet pan and set aside. So I'll probably just put it back into this bowl. That's fine. And then from there, we start frying the ginger garlic and then the veggies and bring it all together. Okay. Flour, cornstarch, salt, and then we have a bit of white pepper. So that gets done in the stir fry pan. So really only cooking with 2 things on the stove top today. The cabinets are white, so you're thinking a dark or forest green for the upper, and then leave the lower ones white. That'll look good. Like the forest kind of dark green is really taking off this year. And I really like that color in kitchens. I've seen a few cabinets with that on it. It looks nice. Especially if there's other like wood contrast and like you said, white stuff around to kind of make it pop. Corning starch. Oh my gosh. It just flew out of my hand. Don't ask me why. I think the lid wasn't on all the way. That was nuts. And then a little bit of flour. Don't worry, I just have to bring over the biggest bucket of flour for like a tablespoon out of it. Okay, first we'll sprinkle the salts, because then the other stuff will stick after that. Nice, gold or brass handles. Love it. Very classic. Guys, that's 15 minutes already again. Actually perfect though, because then Dust gets to see the duck. So this is 30 minutes into cooking. We've already flipped it over once. Flipping it back. That bay leaf and our star anise pieces. Back in. Turned it down a bit again. Lid back on. Duckers! She's looking good. What else do we do? We do a reset. So that will be 45 minutes at the end of this one. It will be close to being done. Sprinkle the white peps over the eggplant. You don't gotta go crazy with it. We can always put more on the stir fry after. Next one. Corning starch. Your dog was outside for hours on the first snow scoots. Didn't want to come in. She's like, I like whatever this is. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1 of flour. Get like a big spoon to kind of toss this all together with. It looks like about 3. Fluff that out. I've seen some huskies on social media. Like, they will seriously just sleep outside. It's like, I'm not coming in today. You guys go to bed. I'll be fine out here. They're snow dogs. right? They're made for that weather. Huskies, Malamutes, any sort of like mountain winter dog. Okay, we want this well coated on all sides so it gets a nice brown layer, let's say, on the outside when we go to fry it. Help keep it from spitting too much. All right, guys. Guess I might have to switch my other camera around, or I'll switch where the duck pot is. We can do that too. I'm gonna take the flour away because it just takes up so much space. And we had enough cornstarch, so that is good. And then really the only other thing I have to think of is the noodles. We have left on here green onions still. But the bok choy, bell peppers, and oyster mushrooms are good. I think the green onion we can probably actually put with these veggies. So I want to finish it off before we start with the eggplant. I'll get this pan switched over too. Get ready for our stir fry area. So we plan to stir fry while the duck is roasting in the oven. How are we doing? We're doing good. I turned down a job opportunity this week that just wouldn't have like worked that good with our life, but that's okay. Like no one was upset. It was kind of a mutual thing even with who wanted to hire me. But yeah, the weather's been a little bit crazy this week. It was nice to go back to work and feel like a human again because I was sick over Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, we've had rain and snow in the last 24 hours. It's been pretty nuts here. They say 3 scallions we want here. So there's that. The rest I will pack away. Right? I kind of like almost laughed on the phone when she said that. Yeah, we start everyone at 16. Like, I get it. But when you read my resume, it's kind of like a smack in the face when that's what is offered to me. Went upstairs to make tea, snowing pretty good there. We're all snowing and blowing. Okay, I'm gonna peel off the bottom of this. That's always gross. And then we'll give them a rinse, because sometimes they are dirty too. And then stir fries, we don't cut the green onions as small as some of the other things, like when we use it for garnish. We can keep them a bit more chunky. Looks like a yummy mix of veggies though to pair with duck. Bok choy, mushroom, bell pepper, and eggplant? Yes. And then maybe we'll even use some of the braising liquid to season the stir fry. It is interesting, Bonk. And I feel like it's been happening a lot lately is I'm getting turned away because I'm actually overqualified, and then they'd have to pay me more than minimum wage. You like big piece of green onion too? Yeah, we'll go, I think we'll go on the bias and do chonkers like this. Like 1/2 inch thick. Isn't that cool though? The stream turned 7 on Thursday. 7 years. Cook with Kate was born, or at least the original logo and the channel setup and everything. We even share a birthday with Mish. Okay, so put those in the middle. That's gonna smell so good when it fries together. That's a bowl of vegetables. Okay, and then like I said, the last thing is just softening noodles. And then obviously roasting the duck. So for the rice noodles, that's usually something that just gets softened with warm water in a bowl, or you can do a pot, whatever works best. They say for the stir fry, pre-soak rice sticks in cold water at room temperature until softened, but they don't say how long it's gonna take. So I usually do warm water, but they said cold. So I guess we can get them prepped ahead of time. Just take out the amount we want. And then whenever we notice they're soft, just pour out the water. Well, they're like, yeah, you have so much experience on your resume. We're hoping that you could teach us a thing or two. And I was like, yeah, well, not for $16 an hour. You're asking me to teach you stuff? I think you have it backwards here. Okay, so we'll probably use like half of this pack, and I think that's usually, they're packed nicely so that you can just take them out like that. Let's see. Nice. So what do they say for our rice noodles? A pound? So this is a whole pound. I guess we do the whole pack, Samu?
I guess so.
We're going full on rice noodle leftovers. That's so much. I don't think I'm gonna do all of that bonk. Do like a little bit more from this side. Kind of fill it up. That's good for me. We'll save that for something else. I think I already have a pack that I can marry this with. And the smaller version of nudes. So you'll see the vermicelli. So we got the really, really fine vermicelli. And then these are called rice sticks. It says on the vermicelli about 3 minutes to soak. So probably quite a bit longer for these. We'll put these back. And then, yeah, we'll soak those and fry some eggplant up. Start getting ready for cookings. Oh, I do have black bean paste still. Was thinking about black bean noodles. Because those are yummy too. I'm gonna go like warm water. I'm not gonna go cold water from the tap. But not rocking hot either. It really is starting to smell good in here though, guys. So we'll just leave those there. And then kind of as I pass by and do other stuff, I'll just kind of give them a little swish around. Make sure they're softening. And then if they're not softening, then I know I can put a kettle on and just get some hotter water. Hotter water into there. Let's go over to the stove. It's already half destroyed. This is how the pan looks after you sear some stuff in it and wash it with soapy water. The cast iron's really dry. So because we're frying eggplant first, peanut oil is good for nice high heat purposes. Get it coated pretty good because eggplant will soak it up. And we might have to do a refill halfway through. That really came up. These burners, every single burner cooks at a different temperature. I don't understand what's happening anymore. Let some of that heat out. Okay, when we're frying this, I think we'll switch to a slotted spoon so that we can leave most of this oil in there for the rest of the stir fry. Give these another toss around to coat them. And then I'm not gonna just dump in the bowl because there's excess flour and cornstarch down there. I'll just sift it out with my hands. You can come down more. I'm very intrigued to see how this duck turns out. While I'm waiting for that pan, I'm gonna get a sheet pan, and then it says we want a roasting tray on it. So because of that, I'm also just gonna put a layer of tin foil underneath there, because a little bit of sweetness from that braise at 425 while we roast the duck will probably burn onto the pan, and it's really annoying to clean. Put a layer of protection. And then I'll bring the rack while I'm over here. And then that's ready to go. What's everyone getting up to today? It seems pretty quiet. We're prepped up. That's for the duck. Maybe bonk. They're recovering still, okay, Kate? That's why it's quiet. They're just sitting back and watching. Okay, that's finally simmered down again. Quite a bit of oil in there, but like I said, we'll need it. Turn the fan up a bit. It was actually pretty busy this morning when we were out and about. I don't know if people, the smart ones, we were all trying to beat the bad weather, right? And then get home. But it seemed like people were very busy today. So I get it. Okay, that, guys, is another 15 on the duck. So I think what I'm gonna do is we'll flip it one last time, and then we'll do the last 5 minutes, and then I'll just turn the pot off. And then we'll have to turn the oven on, start heating at 425 to finish it. But it can sit in there warm. Five more minutes or so. And then I guess, yeah, we can turn that on. Oven's at 425. I'll probably go 435. Because it sucks. My oven sucks. This is timing out beautifully. I really have to say that for a pairing. It's 2 o'clock now. We should be finished in the next half an hour or so. Alright, saw that little spot there? That means it is warm. So I'm gonna start digging this stuff out. Shake off the excess oil. Try and place them in there so that they can fry on the one side and then just get flipped over. Little eggplant pieces. A great vessel, same with mushrooms, to soak up all the flavors. Anything that's kind of spongy like this. They said only about 2 minutes or so per side to fry this. Let's see how accurate that is. So I'm gonna take the excess cornstarch and flour out of here now so that we can put the eggplant back in once it's fried and browned. Watermelon, how are you doing? Thought I was frying cheese? Yeah, it's just little eggplanty wedges. We're doing stir fry today to use up a bunch of veggies. And we're learning some new Cantonese dishes. Because that's one thing we always do here on stream is try to learn new things, new dishes, learn about new cultures, different ingredients, all of the above. How is this going? It already soaked up all the oil. Oh, and it already browned. Holy smokes. That browned quick. I think I'm gonna flip it with a fork. Might be easiest. All these little pieces. Might actually need more oil, guys. I'm gonna pour it up here because it looked a bit dry, honestly. And switch the pan around while we flip these, the first ones that we put in. The edge ones didn't brown as much as the middle ones. The other thing I was thinking of using the eggplant up with is making eggplant parm. But I think I'm glad I chose this instead. Nice. Now we can flip these. So just until they're browned on each side. And then we did season them with salt and pepper, so it's not like it's going to be bland. They already soaked up all that oil I just added again. Those are looking good. And then I'll just scoop those out with a spoon. You might be a chopstick pro. I don't know if I am. I might be better than I think. I'll have to try it next time. But I understand what you mean. I watch some Asian YouTube channels that do cooking, and they're always just have their chopsticks in their hand doing different things with them. Okay, 10 seconds on this, so I'll just turn off the burner. And then whenever the oven is ready, we'll get it into there. I'm gonna flip that one over because it didn't really brown on the other side. Nice, there we go. It's working. The cornstarch flour mix, really good. Okay, we'll let those finish because I think the other ones are definitely browned. We'll scoop that out. I'll see what the kind of film from the flour and cornstarches left on the bottom of the pan, whether I want to wipe it out or not before we start frying the veggies and stuff. Take that lid off. The layer of duck fat on top of the liquid in the braising pot. Holy guys. Can you see it if I go over here? You can see the duck a bit. That's a good view. Okay, off. I made a bit of a floury mess. Do this with one hand, I think so. Try and like scrape out the flour. I think that will be fine. If anything, I might just use a napkin to wipe that bit out. That was hot. I also wiped the side of the pan. So those can chill there. Those get thrown into the stir fry at the end, and then those are all the veggies we're gonna cook. I don't think we need the slotted spoon anymore. We're done with that. Let's actually just let that cool off for a sec. Take it off of the burner, and then we'll go over to the cutting board and get the duck onto the roasting pan. So you gotta brush it with a little bit of honey water before it goes in. Careful with that pot, it's gonna be really hot. Long chopsticks are great. Are those ones easier or more difficult to use than the short ones? Like I said, you guys might be pros. That's the duck booty. It was easy, Scoots. And I'll just gently pick it up so you don't want to mess the skin up too much. Let the excess braise come out, and then we'll flip it. Breast side up. Ooh, there's yummy ginger bits in there. Put those back in. That's everything from in there. And then, yeah, like I said, we have to prep a bit of a honey water, it says, to brush over. You just dilute a bit of honey, almost like an egg wash, let's say, to coat it, and then that will help the skin brown. But this smell right now is insane. Like I said, do not throw that out. Strain it, take all this stuff out, pour it into a container. Make a soup or something from it. But absolutely do not throw it out.
Don't do it.
That would be sad times. Okay, our honey jar that I took out earlier. I thought we needed it. Got a small little container. Let's say maybe like this. A tablespoon of honey, I think. Where is it at? Oh, that's the veggie one. Back to the duck recipe. So 12 to 15 minutes at 425. A teaspoon of honey. Okay, so a bit less. Go like that. Thanks, yet it is. It looks really good. It smells really good. I think it's gonna pair awesome. Okay, now run the warm water. Where'd my other pastry brush go in here? It is in there. Haha. Sneaky. Pastry brush. A little bit of water in here. Like the smallest amount, and then I'm just gonna mix it up. Until the honey is all dissolved and it looks like one fluid mixture. Okay, honey water. Want to come closer? It kind of does just glaze on there. Interesting. I thought it would run right off, guys. Do you see that? It's like filling in all the nooks and crannies. Huh. This might be absolutely amazing. Get the wingers. I mean, that's pretty much all of it, so I guess we're good to go. Pour the rest over. Let it soak in and just hang out there until the oven's ready. So 12 to 15 minutes to roast that and finish. And then probably around the same amount of time to actually finish the vegetable chow fun. Thanks, they can see me. It does look good, hey? Yeah, this all sounds great, guys. What did they say for this? Fry the ginger garlic. Add all your veggies. So we're just waiting for the rice noodles to soften up a bit more. And then, yeah, you always pour your soy sauce mixture last. I was just confirming before I did that. And then the same with the eggplant. I'm going to take out a little bit of the green onion that we sliced just so we can save some to put on at the end. Nice green bits for garnish. Just like a small handful is good. And then the rest we can cook. So that'll be for after with the white pepper as well. And then how are these doing? I'm glad we soaked them early because this is going faster than I thought. I mean, they're getting there, but definitely not to the point where they're going to be used in a stir fry. So I'm going to refresh this water and probably turn on the kettle, actually. I wanted to see what would happen if we just did warm water because they said cold water. It's not going fast enough for me. That. So just hold on to the noodles and I'm going to pour the water out. And then I'll run some more hot water. Should be pretty warm because we just diluted the honey. And then we'll fill the rest with the kettle. The rice sticks that are thick like this definitely take a lot longer than just the thin vermicelli style. we'll see what else we have to add. I'm getting a napkin to wipe out the stir fry pan. Because I don't want the burnt flour and cornstarch. Gotta bust out the giant cleaver for Chinese cooking, Shiggity says. Get it out, Samuel. It's true, it is like right underneath me. We will need it for the duck. That didn't actually leave that bad a film at all from frying the eggplant. It's amazing. Didn't even get that dark either. Really, really good. Would recommend. This part, though, of the splattering from searing the duck, would not recommend. That's alright, though. Can't help it. We're doing our best, people. Okay, so into there, a little bit more peanut oil. That's what we've been using today. So it's got a nice high smoke point for all of our searing and frying. Waiting on the oven and the kettle, and then I'll start frying. Looks great, hey? Yeah. And I thought it would be good, guys, to take it out of the braise a little bit early to let it rest before we roast it. So that once it's done roasting the duck, we can just go right into serving. Take it apart and serve it. You're a cookie man? My nose is trying to run. Samo's a shortbread cookie man. It smells amazing in here. When you leave the kitchen and then come back. Okay, hot water. Be careful, guys. Careful as you pour this. Don't burn your handles, but this should do it the rest of the way. So by the time the veggies are done stir frying, our noodles will be perfect. Softened, but not mushy. Give them a stir. Okay, so after this, we'll need a cutting board. For when the duck comes out, we'll have to take it apart with probably the cleaver. Let's see how it goes. And that's pretty much it for serving. I was like, am I blind? Where's the one with the wooden handle? Huh. Someone stole it? Thanks, Walter Melon. I'm currently looking for my cleaver to take it apart. But it currently doesn't exist. I'm confused. The one cleaver exists. Where's the other one? does a person lose a cleaver? Just asking for my own self. Mish borrowed it for the baby shower. Gearbox man, that is my face. They don't have legs. I don't know how that happens. Because we just like downsized one of our utensil carts to have everything together. Sam was checking his knife kit. Alright, the oven hasn't beeped yet, but I'm going to turn on this stir fry pan to like medium-high heat. Get it started. How did you have this? How did he have it? Why did he have it in his knife kit? Where was he going? We got questions. I don't have anything on my feet, so please be careful. Happy 200 blames. Bod's just pretending he's not here today so he doesn't get blamed. Okay, we don't need this lid for the stir fry. Clear that out of the area. Done with the peanut oil. We're probably gonna get some MSG in our life, so we'll bring that out.
Jesus.
Finally got the chance to watch me cook. Samo the Dexter Wanderer. Where did you put it? Oh, in the sink. Oh, because when you cleared off the cart, you put it into your knife kit. I understand how it made its way there now, chat. Like, is he packing up his knife kit? He's getting ready to leave me? Can you not die, please?
Can you not say shit like that?
Who laughs like that? Say it isn't so. What, Sam dying on the daily on stream in the background? Control yourself. Okay, so first things first. Ginger garlic's frying up. You know what I should have done for the fat for the stir fry? Just scoop off the duck fat from the braise. Might still happen. Might go get a ladle. I'm gonna stir that into the oil over here. And then this is gonna go fast. But usually I don't fry it too long by itself before putting the veggies in. The veggies will help cool down the pan, but we definitely don't want this stuff burnt at all. 'Cause then it will taste bitter. He's still going, watch out. Thanks, Samo. He got the ladle. What, you don't want to ladle it for me? Okay, it's getting a little bit browned, guys. I was gonna say time to toss in the veggies, maybe not quite. Send help to my husband. He's not gonna make it out. Okay, now it's time. Bok choy, mushrooms, peppers, scallions. Give that a stir. You want to get all this stuff that's on the bottom of the pan mixed into this. And then it won't burn. Just nice and fried. This is where I'll ladle in a bit of the extra duck fat, because this stuff's going to start to soak up that bit of oil that we just put in. But it looks like we got it all mixed in. Turn it up. Fry it up. The duck fat's gonna be seasoned from the flavors. Ready? Just ladle that off. It's called stir fry for a reason, people. You stir it and then you fry it. Swivel this pan around for myself. Everyone have a sip of water. Let's see how my oven feels. It feels really hot. I'm gonna put the duck in, guys. I'll set a 10-minute timer and we'll check on it then. We'll go top rack, close to the element. This stuff is cooking nice and quick. Holy smokes, the mushrooms are flying out of the pan even. Like a minute or two more. See how that tastes. Mmm. Mmm. I haven't even really done anything. Thanks, Trek. Shadowlin says, how much snow do we have? Had a system that went through southern Illinois dropped 4 inches. You're gonna laugh at us when I say we like barely have any. It was raining this morning and now we're getting a little bit more snow. Let's say maybe like half an inch. But that's it today. But it sounds like you guys are getting pummeled in the south. You got all this snow that we should have. Okay, this stuff is good, guys. I'm just gonna take it off of the heat right now, just because we're gonna wait for the duck. And I don't want to finish the stir fry too early. So that's just gonna hang out there. Make sure we're all set for when we do finish it. So we got our fried eggplant pieces that will be going into there. I guess we can put them in right now. Let them get warmed up. And then from here, we already mixed up all the sauces that they have in the recipe to use with the stir fry. And then I'm thinking, because we coated the eggplant, that's gonna help coat the noodles with the sauce the rest of the way. When we put this back on the heat, this will go in, and then the noodles, I just tried one. It was a little al dente still for me. So that's also why I didn't carry on with the stir fry just yet. Got a few minutes on the duck, and then we'll finish it all off at the same time. And it's still like a little bit crunchy. You've been out of school all week because of the snow. What? But you had to dig your truck out to go to the gym. What? And then there's Cameron coming in from Hawaii, guys. Snow? What's that? He says. Have you actually ever experienced snow? Because I know there's actually a lot of people in the world that have never. As a Canadian, that sounds a little bit crazy to think. Okay, what are we gonna plate this on? The black plates. Thinking maybe a bowl, but not for the duck. Probably these ones. Contrast the noodles and everything. Have to leave them back here. We're running out of space. You have experienced snow. You had to take care of your bud's house one winter. Nice. Mauna Kea has snow? Is that how you say it, guys? I don't know. Frank, good to see you. I feel like it's been a while. Welcome back. It says, takes me back to when I had Peking duck in Beijing. Seeing and smelling the blackened beak of the duck was slightly off-putting though. Oh, because they keep the neck, the head on everything when they do it, hey? I think we can buy ducks like that here, but not, definitely not everywhere. Okay, and you lived in Oregon for 5 years or so? Well, then you're good. You know exactly what it is, Cammy. Now he says no thank you. Okay, I just keep mixing the noodles around here in the bowl, feeling them, because we don't want them to get too soft. I'll get Samo to try one with me. Because there's going to be a bit more liquid. I don't know how much they'll soften when we put heat to it. I think that's it, right? Samo says we're good. This is what they look like. I guess, yeah, you can tell how much they have absorbed the liquid. So a little bit of hot water, guys, always works the best for me. Take that out now. Just pour the water out. If you're worried about them sticking, you can always rinse them with cool water after this, if you're doing it like way ahead of time. But now those are all good to go. I'm glad we didn't do more. It's going to be a really full pan. And now we're just waiting on Ducky. 4 minutes? Gonna peek with the oven light. Is it crisping? A bit. I would honestly say probably a broiler for us is the only thing that'll get that skin crisp. Otherwise it'll probably be in the oven for like an hour and a half. So I'll let it go the rest of this 10 minutes and then I'll turn the broiler on to finish it, and then we'll just watch it, guys, as the stir fry finishes too. You're on Oahu, so it's just paradise and city life. You say unfortunately you're on Oahu? Or are you just being sarcastic, you butt? You've been there? I still need to go there. There was once upon a time where we were gonna go to Kauai for our honeymoon. Then the world changed. Going to the other islands from Oahu is like a vacation for you guys. That is so cool. And it's not even that far away. Okay, let's go back over here. Start to get ready again. for finishing. We're frying and we're stirring. Virtually painless experience? That's cool. Swedish healthcare is amazing. Cost you only $200 for that. That sounds cool. Anytime we go to Oahu, we can hit up Kame. Off to go do dad things. Love it. You're a good dad. Thank you for coming to check in on us. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Mish, you're so mean. It cost us $0 in Denmark, so suck it. Stop with the Dane-Swede war. Except it will never end, will it? Honestly. This is a lifelong thing that I don't actually have to involve myself in. So go for it. Okay, oven. Baking off, broiling on high. On. And then I'll just leave that open a bit. And maybe have a peek real quick to see what's happening with the honey water. The skin's definitely not crisp, so good thing that we turned the broiler on. Okay, while that is going, let's finish this off. Get our heat back on. Sauces, and then noodles. And then we'll taste and see what we think. Joke's on all of us, Trek says. $5,000 in the US. I don't think it would be completely free here. I don't know, actually. It might depend on the health insurance that you have. Like, everyone says healthcare is free in Canada, but it is not completely like that. You're doing good, Trek. All healthcare except medicine, so prescriptions, is completely free in Denmark. Misha's teaching us. It pays to be a Canadian. Do we pay for our healthcare through our taxes or something? Yeah? Sam says yeah. I was gonna say no. But apparently yes. And yeah, we're not far behind Mish. We're about 43% taxes here from our income. 53 now? Oh, so we're 53% we pay on our take-home income, guys. Pour in the sauce. I'm cranking this up like really high. And then I'm gonna put these in, guys. And then I gotta check the ducks. It looks like it's browning pretty quick, actually. Yeah, actually. Flip it over. Let the other side brown. First I gotta toss this though. Let the nudes start absorbing some of these flavors so they're not bland. Imagine if we did a pound of noodles, it wouldn't have even fit in here. Can you guys see the duck? It's trying to stick. It's being a piece of poop. I turned the heat off because I don't want the veggies to go mush on us. But it looks like it soaked everything in, so I'm just gonna let that hang out. Oh. Guys, watching the oven. Just the duck skin blistering. Bobski's in here? Who else we got? Suzanne? Hello. It is rice noodles, yes. I'm glad I scrolled up. So a little bit more on that still. I'm gonna take these off of the heat just because it's starting to stick a little bit on the middle part of the pan. Take it easy there, stir fry. Let the sauce loosen that back up. And then that just looks glorious. Turn that off. Can you see it? I don't know if I can go down low enough. Put that over here for now. You want the noodles right now? Okay, so we gotta carve up the duck. But it already rested before we seared it, so it's not like we have to wait for that. Flip it over, so we did the back side. It looks dark. That's just how the lighting is in here right now, guys. I'm sorry, I can't help it when it gets late in the day. But if I hold it up, do a little bit of this, you'll see. That side's a little bit dark, but I am very much into it. Samo comes over here. He'll be like, yeah, it just looks like the camera. Okay, so we did take out the cleaver. I don't know how they usually butcher this up in the Asian markets. I'm probably just gonna do it like I usually do. I think it's better this way. Take the wings. Because it's been braised, this should, yeah, just kind of fall apart in your hands. Little duck wings. What next? The legs? Might be better off with a boning knife. Just saying. Where did it go? Like, they go ham with the cleaver in the Asian market. But I don't like all the bone fragments that you get when they do that. So I'd rather just pick the meat off that way. You want to see it? I might do it for the breast, but for the legs, I'm not going to. The bones in the legs are just too big for that anyways. But look, literally just pulled this apart. Juicing. I'll do it on the duck breast. Relax. The 12-year-old's going nuts. You see that though, guys? It's like fully cooked, but so juicy still. Yes. Now we'll do the last little wing or what? Also, it's very hot, guys. It's not like it just came out of a like 600-degree oven. I'm gonna take the back off because we can. It'll be easier to get through the breast. Like that. Put that in the stock pot. Okay, so first I would suggest to just make a mark through here, but where you want to cut. Boneless roast duck. You're the second person that talked about that today. So let's see. Can I get in there? There's peppercorns flying. There you go. So we're through the breastbone, and then I'm not gonna go through the backbone. We can just take this apart probably. This is what happens when you braise meats. You can literally just pull it apart like that. But like I said, the less bone fragments we can have, the better. And so yeah, from here, they usually just go straight through. I'm gonna try and take this little drumstick off of this side, just to kind of preserve it a bit by itself. But I will cut through the breast and stuff. Can I get through there? So you got your drum and your wing. It's kind of like pulling the whole duck breast apart when I do that, just because it's well done, right? Look at that. It's like a built-in handle, like the turkey drumstick. Just like that. Put those over there. It's not like chicken where some's white meat and some is dark meat. This is all dark meat. Okay, so now how am I gonna do this? We just gotta go for it, guys. I've never done it. Nice. That one was really wide, but I'll take it still.
There you go. Smack.
I don't want to mess up the skin and stuff too much.
You won't if you go harder and faster.
Okay, the first couple slices were good. The last one's got a bit messy. It's not bad, considering though, that was my first time. This is what happens though when you try and smash your hand on it. Are you coming for the last one, or you want me to do it? I gotta move this out of the way. it hurt my hand though. Was that good, guys?
Don't hold it like that when you're doing that. Just hold it like
It's
that.
hard.
Hammer.
Also, I can't hold on to it anymore. The handle's covered in duck fat. Sacrifice its ass? What is wrong with people in Denmark? Okay, so we got breast. This almost looks better than TNT. What the heck? Breast, wing, drum, legs. Kate's version of Cantonese duck. Now we gotta plate the stir fry. We need a little MSG sprinkled on it. Chop, chop, rock oat guy. We found the cleaver, Walter. How the Islanders would make jerk chicken in Brooklyn. So it's like a thing in many cultures then. Okay, we gotta stir this together. It looks good. Samo already tried a piece. He never said no words though.
Hey, you need to put it on MSG.
Please feel free while I finish plating. If you would like. You just tasted it, so you would know how much to put. Also, you're a chef, so I trust you. Nudes! Okay, so they kind of stuck together a bit after we let them sit. Like I said, I wanted them to soak up all the goodness from the veggies in here. We were trying to stick onto the bottom of the pan. But that's the mixture of stuff. And then a little actual sprinkle in here too. Slamming the cleaver just inches away. That's the scary part, Bonk. But it all is really just muscle memory. Same with how we get really good at knife skills, doing it repetitively. When those people are doing that every day for hours straight, you get really good at it quick. Okay, so we saved some scallions for garnish. Kind of let the rest of those colors pop, hopefully. Chat's taking numbers. I forgot I took my Play-Doh already. Chat's taking numbers in the food plating line. It's like we're running a buffet here. Now your plate's ready, Titan. It's true. Okay, let's clear out some of these tasty bits from the tongs. A little bit more. Because it's all together with the veggies, right? Told you all the veggies would disappear into this. It's like we barely even added any. Whoa. I have a feeling this stir fry will need more seasonings. But let's see. So then our duck. Do you want some of these or you're good? He stole the plate of nudes. You like these two couple pieces of duck breast. Do like a mixture of everything, right? And then a little bit of the leg. How do we want that? Thinking like this. And then what about we put like the wing? So you get a little bit of kind of each cut of duck. That way. The only thing I left off was the drum. This one just bypassed the whole line. That's it, guys. That's our Cantonese meal. You want that, and you want that, and this. Not that. Okay, I'm just gonna wash my hands because I was fatty and I need to take a photo. And then we finally get to try it. The duck looks exactly like the one we usually buy and eat, so I'm really excited to see how it turned out. You can stay there. Dropping noodles on the ground. I got the photo. Mushrooms. Okay, guys, first I'll do the stir fry. Did it need anything?
Nope.
It actually didn't need anything?
I don't think so.
Holy shit. Usually I find with stir fry recipes, guys, you're always like adding different stuff at the end because it's like lacking flavor. But that's unreal. Twirl it up. We got eggplant. The noodle stuck to my hand. I can't get it off. Help! Eggplant, bell pepper, bok choy, mushrooms. Mm-hmm. Like the texture of the veggies versus the rice noodle. The base flavor is good. I just want to do a ladle of this braising liquid. I think it needs like a little bit more seasoning or something. Match the duck. Okay, now let's see. He might be trying to get all the eggplant and stuff down. He'll always eat his veggies first. Tighten.
You breathe through your nose while you chew.
They're just joking. It's okay. That is good. I need to try the duck. I mean, stir-fried noodles are stir-fried noodles. I think I'll put a little bit more sprinkle of MSG on there. But this is this. So that's the duck breast. Like I said, when I was in school, we're usually taught the French version of cooking duck breasts, which is like medium rare, like a steak. Not like super flavorful in the meat, but the texture is really good. Like once again, maybe having a little side of that sauce to like, in my mind, I want to like dip it in the sauce. Yeah, it seems like most of the flavors on the outside of the skin. But like I said, considering that's well done duck breast, the texture is very good still. Trying not to get any star anise in here, but I guess it doesn't matter if we're dipping. Ta-da! Dip the duck leg in it. Mic drop from Samo, he crushed it. Look at the leg though. Like, just glistening. This part looks so good. This nugget, how do I get it off? I will say though, this stuff might need a bit of salt, but I'd rather have that for Chinese food than it being like overly salty where you can't eat it. Yeah, it's snowing again. This is good though, guys. I'd rather have it not as salty and overpowering where it like stings your mouth when you eat it. I like to still be able to adjust the different flavors. And yeah, the noodles turned out good. Use whatever different blend of veggies you want. It's a good pairing because they go like really good with this sauce. Pour some of that in too while we're at it. Why not?
Holy shit. Well done, dear. Well done. This shit's fucked outside.
The noodles almost taste better as they cool off. What the heck? Sometimes that happens, guys.
We definitely got 2 or 3 centimeters worth of snow.
One last big bite of nudes. Okay. Wrapping it up. This was a good one. Just over 3 hours. It was really good. Like, first intro to Cantonese duck. I'd probably put more of all of the aromatics in that recipe and a bit less water. That's kind of my review on making that one the first time. Just felt like a lot of the flavoring was just on kind of the outside of the skin. It didn't really permeate through into the meat. But it was only a 50-minute to 1 hour braise time. So that's not a lot of time to even infuse flavor.
So double and half.
Yeah, like
double the amount of aromatics and half the amount of water.
Yeah, double the aromatics, half the water, Sam says. And then I think it would be amazing.
Or use a stock instead of water.
Or yeah, use like a stock instead of the water. We got options, I guess. But that's my review. Still really good though, considering. Okay. Who's on? Who are we gonna go raid? That was a good cooking stream. Thanks for being here today, especially. We haven't seen Chaotic Good Mage in a bit. Roll for coffee. Breakfast adventures in the kitchen. Excuse me, belch of approval for the chef. Oh, thank you. Turn this light down too. I'm getting blinded. What else we got, guys? It was fun, Trek. Pretty quick, honestly. I would say it's quick and easy, just a little bit of prep time. But I like that it all kind of timed out together, right? Okay, we'll go see Chaotic Good Mage. It's been a minute. We will be back tomorrow, my wonderful people, at 11 a.m. Pacific, cooking up / baking. We're making lobster rolls. The lobsters are already cooked, but we still have to take them apart, and then we're gonna make homemade hot dog buns. Oh, and there might be feta on tomorrow's stream. We're gonna make a yummy salad with orange segments, toasted almonds, feta cheese, and a homemade dressing to go alongside of it. We might. It's in there. It's in the back of the fridge, hanging out. We gotta use up the big tub. Okay, guys, thanks for spending a little bit of time out of your weekend here with us. Hopefully we inspired you to cook something delicious for yourself. Maybe someone else too, because sharing is caring. We're gonna go spread the deliciousness over with Chaotic Good Mage. She's doing some fun breakfasty items. So I'm gonna drop you guys there. You guys know where to find me if you need anything off stream. Discord is definitely the best place that we all hang out. I'm gonna hit this button. Love y'all. Be safe out there. And thanks for everyone that contributes to our goals every week. Bye.
Bye.